Hello guys, welcome back to our little coffee club. So, something dawned on me. I just finished recording the video that you guys should have seen last week. Here's my cup. I mean, everything, I'm still in the same spot. But after I finished with my last clip, I was thinking like, wow, my problem is like the editing part, not like the recording part. I can just record it right now. I really want another cup of coffee and I can record right now. And so I don't have to split the video or something. I could have recorded this in one long video, but again, like I'm saying, the problem is the editing and everything that comes along with that. So I'm just gonna record both videos right now because I want. So Joan, I'm gonna try your coffee, this coffee as pour over right now. The other one I'm gonna leave sealed. I'm gonna leave it sealed. It's gonna have to wait maybe until I get back from the trip, at least until I get back from Chicago. So that'll be like another week. But yeah, I don't think I'll have another chance to record. But and that's another reason why I'm just gonna record the next video right now, because today's the weekend. I have time and I feel like having more coffee, and I'm like, hey, let's just record the both videos. So we're gonna go to the other counter and let's try this as pour over. I can't wait. Okay, so we're gonna do a pour over of this wonderful Colombian coffee that Joan sent me. So yeah, I thought, since today is the weekend, I have the most time and I don't mind recording both videos. I just don't have enough time to either edit a really long video or split it up or anything like that. But I could record just two videos and edit one of them, which is my plan. So, this is the same day. If this video doesn't make a whole lot of sense, guys, watch last week's video. Okay, so you could see the beginning of this story. You could see me guess at the tasting notes of this coffee, which I already had as espresso. That was last week. And okay, in my opinion, I think I did extremely well. Of course, for me, that was just a few minutes ago, so I remember clearly. But yeah, for you guys, that was last week's video where I did a shot of espresso with this coffee and I guessed at the tasting notes and all that stuff. And I mean, it blew my mind what I saw here, and it was just crazy. But all right, right now, I'm gonna brew it as pour over and see what we get there. I'm gonna use the niche 0 to grind it because I just used it for the espresso. So this flavor is already in the burrs. I'll have to clean it out after. But yeah, let's go ahead and dose out 20 grams so we could do a pour over. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we get as pour over. Okay, yeah, this Co-Ferment is so different from the other ones I had. It's just pleasant. This one, yeah, the smell is nice. All the other ones, once you brewed it, it was good, but wow, the dry beans just smelled like horrible. But this one is actually really nice. And okay, so far, the least aggressive kind of change to the just regular coffee flavor by far has been this one. This is a lot more of a delicate process where it did not affect the just regular coffee flavor as much. So therefore it just kind of, wow, I don't know. This Co-Ferment is just way of a gentler process, way more delicate, and you'll still taste the coffee, but definitely you can taste. This is like I said on last week's video, or a little while ago for me, this is just way different. I had never tasted anything like this, and it makes sense because I've never had anything like this with this kind of processing like this particular one. So, All right, so we're right at 20 grams. I mean, on the niche for pour overs, I start like all the way at 50, which is the end, the last number. Usually, if I end up either at 50, I might have to come more closer to 40, or I might have to go the other way and just pass the numbers. So for pour overs, that's what it ends up being with the niche 0. So, okay, so we got 20 grams. Let's see what happens. Okay, there you see the roast level, because maybe some of you guys didn't see last week's video yet, but that's the roast level. You see that the setting, I don't know if you could tell there, but it's all the way to the end, like 50. So let's grind this and let's see what we get. Now I see that my focus is locked. I don't want it to have it locked. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, here we go. You guys see the setup? Okay, so again, we had 20 grams. We ground really coarse all the way at 50. Let's see see if we have our 20 grams. Okay, 19.9, we're gonna roll with that, that's close enough. Today we're gonna use the origami. You guys, I mean, you've seen me use this brewer many, many times. I do wanna try a cone filter with this because it was very high acidity. I wanted to kind of brew kind of long. Let's see if we get, I mean, the origami is fast. Maybe I should have used the steadfast. I don't know. I kind of wanted to use a cone filter. Let's see how it works out. But I'm thinking maybe 4 minutes, maybe even a little bit longer than that. Let's see. We might have to do some agitation. We'll see. We'll take it from there. Okay, focus should be locked on the brewer there. And I think from this angle, you guys will be able to see good enough. But first, let's go ahead and fold the filter. And give it a quick rinse, start warming up everything. The water temperature is at 97. And again, for this kind of a roast level and level of acidity in this coffee, we should be okay there. I'm gonna have to reposition this filter a little bit. Okay, we'll see how that does there. Again, I should have bought a smaller filter. I don't know why I got these larger ones again. Okay, so here's my favorite cup to have my pour overs. So we're warming up the carafe, and now we're gonna warm up the glass. Okay, let me make sure my focus is locked and then we'll take it from here. Okay, I readjusted things a little bit. Again, we already checked our retention. We didn't have any. We have our 20 grams. Okay, 20 grams on the origami. I always use a chopstick to kind of make a divot in the middle because I want to start pouring from the middle and then come up, and I want all the coffee to get saturated kind of evenly. So coming from the middle up like this, it kind of helps to achieve that. Okay, let's start the scale. Okay, again, I usually do 3 pours of 100 grams. So there's 20 grams in, 300 grams out, a 1:15 ratio. I do 3 100-gram pours, and usually the process on the origami is gonna be somewhere between like 3.5 minutes to like 4.5 minutes. And of course, that has to be dialed in depending on the coffee. So you have to taste it and see what you get and then take it from there. Water temperature 97 is very safe for most coffees. So 97, 96, maybe even 95. That's usually where I'm at. But with this level roast, 97, we should be good. Okay, let me start the time. And here we go. Okay, I just like to make circles. Make sure everything gets saturated. My 96, a little bit more. Okay, we're about 102. Give it a nice swirl. Okay, so now I know everything's really wet there. We got having massive blooming. Let me try to show you guys. But I mean, it's already slowing down, but it was really going crazy. This coffee's very fresh. You could see all the CO2 coming out. It was coming out like really fast. All right, that slowed me down a little bit, but we'll be okay. Let me go with the second pour. But I think I'll deduct about maybe 10 seconds off of my total time because it took me a little bit there to relock the focus and everything. Okay, so we are at 200. Again, this is flowing very fast. I'm gonna do some more agitation here. There's just very little fines in this coffee. I usually pour not necessarily so much based on timing. My pouring structure on the origami is usually when I see the top drying, completely dried already, all the coffee went through, then I do my next pour. That's basically what I do. See, I can see the whole top is drying up, it's still dripping, but the top is already dried, so I go with the last pour. Here's the last 100 grams. Wash the sides, and the rest I'm just gonna pour right in the middle. Take it all the way to 300. Okay, we ended at 300.5. Okay, we can turn off the kettle. I'm gonna swirl it again. Now, I usually don't do this much agitation, but I wanna slow it down a little bit. So the more agitation you do, the more the drawdown is gonna slow down. That time I did a whole bunch. I mean, there's very little water left and we're barely at 3 minutes. Usually I'm at least at around 3.5 minutes for this amount of coffee. So we should be able to make it to 3.5, but yeah, just barely. I still can't see the top and I'm at 3.5 minutes. So we made it to like the bottom kind of least amount of time that I like having the coffee brewing. Okay, I'm not gonna call it yet, but just about. It's still dripping quite a bit. Okay, that's basically done. So 3 minutes and 50 seconds. So we kind of made it. We're in the ballpark. A little bit fast. So the next time I will grind on the niche. I mean, if I were to do the same grinder, maybe do it at, maybe I would go all the way down to 40 and see what happens. Depending on flavor, I might not want to change anything. But if it has a lot of acidity and like too much acidity and brightness going on, then for sure I would want to slow it down. And I would either go to a slower brewer. I can just do the same 50. You know, I might try that. I might just do the same 50 grind size on the niche 0 and use the steadfast brewer and see what that gives me. So either that, or again, you can grind finer and slow it down. That's gonna change your profile just a little bit, where you have to experiment, see what you like more. Some coffees just taste a little bit better ground coarser. Sometimes tastes better grinding them finer. So it's just, again, a give and take, and you have to experiment. So let's go ahead and take it to the other counter and talk about the pour over. All right, so here it is. Let's give it a swirl. All right, Joan's coffee, us pour over. Cheers. I hope you guys brewed something tasty to come along here on this adventure with me. Again, you know, the co-ferments so far, and again, guys, if this video is not making a lot of sense, watch last week's video. It's gonna explain a lot about this coffee, where it came from. You'll see me guess at the tasting notes, all that good stuff. Watch last week's video. If you already saw it, then you saw it. So, all right, let's see us pour over. Okay, all right, let me try again. You know, like I was saying, on the aroma, all these co-ferments, once you brew them in the cup, they smell great. You know, the aroma is great once you brew it. So far, when they're dry and when you grind them, they smell horrible, okay? This one did not. This is the first one that was a pleasure. It's like sweet but very different. When I smelled it, I was like, wow, I've never smelled a coffee like this one. But again, for all of that, you'll have to see last week's video. As far as flavor, let's see what we got. All right, as pour over, I like it more than as espresso. As espresso is gonna wow you. If you, in a good way, it's gonna wow you in a good way. But it's great. But as pour over, it's even better. I have to say, it's even better. The aroma is very similar. It's very similar, the aroma in the espresso as it is, you know, in the pour over. That part's the same, but the taste, you know, obviously espresso is just always more intense. The brightness, the acidity was intense for me. The level of acidity of this coffee for espresso is a bit high for me. In pour over, it's not. In pour over, it's great. It's great. It's wonderful. I don't get at all like that. My first impression as the espresso was that, you know, it's like a liquor, but not, you know, it can't be Scotch because Scotch has got like a woodiness kind of thing going on, and this is nothing like that. And it's not wine. Like I've also, sometimes I guess at that wine note, and that's what it gives me. It's like winey, and it had some of that, but it was more like some kind of hard liquor. But as pour over, it's not. This is way different. To me, at least, it's way different as pour over. It's way more juicy and fruity as pour over. Yeah. Wow, you know, I am gonna freeze some of this coffee. This is just, as far as co-ferments, it's the best one I've had so far, by far. You know, we'll see what that peach one does from that I ordered from Good Brothers. We'll see what that brings. But this is better than the strawberry. And the strawberry was pretty good. It was pretty good, but it had a lot of wininess going on. This is more like the plum that I have from September. Although it was not a co-ferment, it was a processed coffee, and that plum one, the plum taste was just so evident. It was crazy. This one, obviously, they've influenced the flavor of the beans themselves with the stuff they added. They added some, it said dried fruit, but it changed it a bit, but not like overwhelming. This is, anybody can drink this and enjoy it, and you would see that it's like, wow, this is great. I mean, I can't imagine somebody not liking this. Yeah, this is lovely. It's very juicy, fruity. Let's see what the tasting notes was. It was some kind of fruit. Oh yeah, passion fruit and mango. I don't get either one of those. I don't get either one of those. Oh, and it says yellow fruits, but I don't know what they mean by yellow fruits, so maybe that's what I'm getting. But I mean, yellow fruits, any fruit that's yellow, like they do with the red fruit, I mean, that doesn't make sense to me, using it as a descriptor, that yellow or red or stone fruit. I mean, you gotta be more specific. Yeah, juicy flavors. Juicy flavors. Definitely, that's what I'm saying. Juicy flavors of passion fruit and mango. But definitely, for me, it's not passion fruit and mango. This is, but you know, in espresso, I went towards like a sweet citrus, right? Like a nice sweet orange, something like that. Because there was a lot of brightness, a lot of acidity, but sweet also. So that's why I went with that. And as pour over, wow, it's very interesting. I mean, if you guys can order some of this, I highly recommend this one. This is very, very interesting. This is a great coffee, I gotta say. Joan, thank you again for sending this over. Wow, this is wonderful. I can't believe I'm enjoying a Co-Ferment this much, but this one really knocked it out of the ballpark. As far as Co-Ferments go, I mean, that's why I'm gonna freeze some of it. This is gonna battle with some of the other processed coffees. So we're gonna have two branches in January when we do the best of for 2024. We'll do the clean coffees and the processed coffees. We'll come up with a winner for each category, and then an overall, what was my favorite one overall. So, but this one definitely, wow. I loved it. I think it's awesome. It's great. Whoever this roaster is too, I mean, this is top notch. From the packaging to the way I mean, this is just top notch. This is great. Wow. Well, I don't know what else to say. It's awesome. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of it, but like I told you guys last week, or well, a little while ago, but for you guys it was last week. I wanna make a couple of shorter videos. Usually all of my videos end up being like an hour long, and I don't have time to edit that much for the next few weeks. I have to keep them shorter and kind of build up my buffer that I keep there of videos so that I can always have something for you guys on Sunday morning. So Sunday at 7 a.m. Eastern, USA, Eastern time, you can expect a new video from me every week. And I've been consistent now for more than a year. You know, if you haven't joined our little team here, join us, please. Help us out. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers so that we can do some live videos in addition to the Sunday videos that are probably just gonna be edited videos. But every now and then, maybe I can put in a live video. I also do sometimes Friday videos. The Friday videos are as close to live as I can make them. I mean, when I put up a Friday video, I recorded it that same week when I'm putting it up usually. So these other Sunday videos, you know, I might have recorded this 2 months ago. So, because I usually like to keep at least like 8 videos in the pipeline. Some are already posted to YouTube so they can, you know, post automatically. Some of them I'm still creating them. I'm still editing the videos and things like that. So, but yeah, wow, this coffee was great. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Anyway, thank you guys for being here with me and spending the time. I really appreciate it. I know this video will probably end up being somewhat short, but you know, join us here for hour-long videos next time. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate my coffee family here on YouTube a whole bunch. Thank you guys. Please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Cheers.